I'm Peter Meyerson of Cohen, Rasnick, Meyerson, and Marcus. And my co-host today is David Reske of Now Speed Inc. And we have some interesting guests today. We have Beth and Brian Quinn of Q's Nuts. Did I say that right?
You did.
Okay. So tell us about Q's Nuts.
Q's is a small artisan nut roasting company. We create about 20 plus flavors that are vegan, gluten, soy, and dairy free. And our store and kitchen is located in Somerville, Massachusetts.
How do you distribute? I mean, where do you distribute?
We have our own retail store. We do,
Which is where?
which is in Somerville, right outside of Davis Square. We do about 15 farmers markets in the summer season, a few in the winter, and then we also wholesale to several local stores.
What's your background? How old is Q's Nuts?
Q's has been around since 2000, but it started just as a basic, simple push cart. Me and my wife used to go to farmers markets, mostly flea markets, do some outdoor events. And it was more of a weekend thing to raise extra money, put the kids through college, take some vacations maybe, and kind of as a family built together. My kids have worked for me since they were 8 years old. I don't know where the child labor laws sit on that. They're mine.
We're not going to tell the authorities.
No, but it was a great way to work together as a family and build something with our kids and to teach them work ethic, to instill that in them. And I think that's been very valuable.
Yeah.
That's how it kind of started. We never set out to say, oh, we're going to build this big company.
Do you make the nuts?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So you don't have a kitchen or a concierge?
We don't use a co-packer. We roast everything ourselves.
Do you package it yourself?
We package it ourselves.
Kind of old school, man.
Yeah.
I like
Wow.
everything done in-house because it gives me the quality control I want. To send it out and have it packed, it's going to go in a big bag and go to a factory. Well, in that 24-hour period, it's going to lose flavor. The idea is to get it cooked, get it in a bag, get it out the door. And that's kind of how we do. We don't warehouse much, and I don't like my customers to warehouse. I prefer to ship direct to stores. That way there's no time lapse, and the customer can get that bag of nuts eaten in the freshest amount of time.
Let me just sort of segue. I tried your nuts because you were kind enough to bring in about 18 flavors. I mean, I don't know how many flavors you've got, and they were delicious. So
Thank you.
just give you a little pitch on the radio.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They are really, really good.
Thank
And you have an
you.
amazing array of flavors. How did you create all the different flavors, and where do you get the inspiration for creating the new nuts?
Well, the inspiration comes from different places. I would say that some of the more basic flavors, our original sweet roast is a traditional Bavarian roast. It's done all over, especially in Germany. But it's done in every major city in the world, I think, at this point. So that one isn't really an original flavor. The only difference is that we use really, really quality ingredients in that. So we take it a step above what you might find out there. The other flavors were basically inspired by maybe other recipes, other foods that we've eaten, or just in our travels, like flavor combinations that we found interesting. We have like a Guatemalan roast, and we have a coquito, and a coquito is a traditional Puerto Rican eggnog that someone had made and given to us as it's a drink. And then we said, well, this would be great if we transferred it to a roast.
We did a Peruvian roast, so I'm hoping National Geographic picks us up. I can do a roast for every country around
Yeah,
the world.
that'd be great. We travel and get inspired by local cuisine.
What are the most important skills you've learned along the way? Kind of, managing employees, growing, financial. What's been the biggest challenge for you in learning about new things?
We
as you
both
grow?
really, it's funny, we run it together. Everything's kind of, we almost think the same way. I guess we've been together so long. Nobody else could put up with us or think the way we do. Lost my train of thought.
Well, I think Brian's retail and sales background has really helped, obviously. That's not anything that I have.
Absolutely.
So he has had to manage, many employees at one time, and I've kind of looked at the creative side of things, and we both really love to cook. So we kind of brought those skills to the table. I think that thinking in a larger format is something that we're both we're still learning.